Supa Chris here. Thank you for joining me on All These Things TV. If this is your first time, welcome. And if it's not, hey girlfriend, it's good to see you again. If this is your first time visiting my channel, please be sure to hit the subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. I would like to start this video by saying that I'm sorry. I told y'all every Friday that I was supposed to have a pregnancy update, but this week has been really crazy. So I am coming to you in week 25 for week 23 and week 24 pregnancy update. Week 23 and week 24 were kind of the same, but I'm gonna share with y'all what I have, and we're gonna talk about stats, what baby's doing in those 2 weeks, and how I'm feeling, what my thoughts are, and all that fun stuff. And that'll pretty much be the update. Let's go ahead and do week 23. It's like 70 degrees in Kansas City in the middle of February, and I'm wearing a sweater. But the sweater is form-fitting and it works when I'm trying to show off my belly. So, baby is big as a grapefruit. Baby is forming little nipples. Okay, a baby's face is fully formed now. He or she needs just a little extra fat to fill it out. Baby is listening to your voice and heartbeat, even to loud sounds like cars honking and dogs barking. At about 10.5 to 11.8 inches and about 12.7 to 20.8 ounces, baby is not just getting bigger, he or she is getting cuter. I guess I kind of ignored this in my first pregnancy, but this time around I've noticed that the weeks between like 20 and 25, like I'm learning, because I just hit week 25 on Friday. Everything is just growing and stretching, growing aches and pains, like slight contractions, cramping every now and then, but everything is pretty much the same. And that's where you kind of get settled and get comfortable in your pregnancy. So it's not a lot of super crazy drastic changes that happened in these past couple weeks. And it's kind of been the same for the other weeks too. It came down to me really trying to, like, in the last couple of updates, I had to like jot things down as they happened to make sure that I had something for you guys, because a lot of the times it was just, okay, we're going through another day. It's just kind of a normal thing now. We've gotten past the excitement of everything and knowing what the gender is, and now we're just kind of just living life. I did have some emotional issues this week with my first pregnancy with Cadence. I was diagnosed with pregnancy depression, and it was mild. So like I would be crying for no reason while I was pregnant. It's common when you're pregnant to be emotional, and a lot of people to just take it as random emotions and your hormones everywhere. But not only was I diagnosed when I was pregnant, but I also was diagnosed in college with anxiety and depression. So it was something that was like we really had to pay attention to when I was pregnant with Cadence. And it was just things like I felt like she was scratching me on the inside, and that's just weird things like that, like things that you don't say when you're pregnant. Like I just kind of wanted to be over with. Of course we all say that because we're going through some things, but it's like I felt like a burden on people. I felt like people were doing too much for me. I felt like I wasn't valued, and they were just excited about the baby and not excited for me, and I would just cry, and I would sit at home and not do anything really. I would just sit and like watch TV and feel sad for myself. And I had really bad pregnancy depression with Cadence, and to this week, these past couple weeks, it's just been an on and off battle, but it's nowhere near as bad as it used to be, because I'm just living life differently this pregnancy, which I'm going to get into in another video, which I'm really excited about. Things I've learned from the first pregnancy to the second pregnancy. I don't want to say it's a part of who I am, but it is something that I've struggled with. Sometimes it flares up every now and then, like if stuff gets tight around here, or if I'm feeling overwhelmed a little bit. So then I have to take time, make sure I'm praying, make sure I'm spending time with God, make sure I'm worshiping, and make sure I'm getting filled with Him, to where I'm not beating myself up for being pregnant. You'd be surprised how many people go through negative feelings in pregnancy. You can have a perfect household, you can have everything taken care of for you, and you can have oodles and oodles of money, and you can do whatever you want whenever you want, and you can still battle with something like this. I cried on and off, and then I was talking to my husband, and I was scared to talk to him about it, because I didn't want him to be like, oh well, it's just pregnancy hormones, because then I would just feel even worse, because it's more than that sometimes. It hasn't been as bad in the past few days, so I'm thankful for that. I'm just making sure that I'm optimistic, and making sure that I'm okay, and making sure I'm good, and because it's so difficult to care for myself alone, let alone outside of being pregnant, with being a mom and a wife already. It's difficult already as women for us to take care of ourselves in those roles, let alone being pregnant in that, So I'm really trying to make sure that I'm taking time for myself, even if that means shutting everything off and just laying in my bed and reading a book. Even things like making sure I wash my face at night. Sometimes I would get too tired to where I just collapse in the bed, but now it's become therapeutic to me to where I'll wash my face off, and I have techniques on how I apply my solutions and serums on my face and whatnot, and it's really helped relax me, and I feel like I'm taken care of at the same time. It's not like I don't feel valued or anything. It's just a pregnancy depression thing, and it's kind of hard to explain unless you've been through it. So if any of you are battling with pregnancy depression, just know that I understand completely, and I'm here with you. If you need to talk to somebody about it, if you need somebody to pray with, I am here with you. I can definitely talk to you guys about it because it's something I went through with both pregnancies. Now this one I wasn't diagnosed, but I know the signs, so I'm like, oh, I feel like this is coming up again, so now I'm trying to combat it, and it's going well. It's going really well. Let's go into week 24. Baby is as big as a cantaloupe. There's baby. Yeah. Baby's see-through skin is gradually becoming more opaque, and baby's got a new pink glow thanks to the small capillaries that have recently formed. Your 10.5 to 11.8 inch fetus weighs about 12.7 to 20.8 ounces, and every week baby gets closer and closer to being ready to survive in the outside world. Drink up. Around 24 weeks, your doctor will order a glucose tolerance test, one of the more memorable prenatal tests to see if you're at risk for gestational diabetes. Basically, the test is designed to see how your body processes sugar, so you'll be asked to drink a cup of a sweet drink called glucola, which is reminded us of like Gatorade, and then hang out for about an hour. Once the hour is up, you'll have your blood drawn, then it will be tested to see how your body has processed the sugar. I did go to the doctor, and instead of them just giving me the test there, I have to go to a lab to do it, so it's scheduled. I'm going next week, and I will be 25. They said they wanted to do mine between 26 and 28 weeks. I don't know, I guess there's a change or whatever, but that's just what my doctor prescribed. She said she wanted to do it between 26 and 28 weeks, and I go back on March the 10th. She was just like, have the labs in so that we can see them before you come back in on the 10th. Or you can go in that day, the day of your doctor's appointment, and we can still probably pull those labs. I just don't want to sit there and wait for an hour. I ain't got no patience, but I'm gonna go. You know, the last time I had it was like a little orange bottle, and they let me sit. At least they let me sit outside. Like, dog, at least I got to sit outside. Like, I hope I'm able to not just sit in this lab room for an hour with a toddler, because, you know, Candace rolls with me these days. I've heard so many crazy things. I've heard people getting dizzy. I've heard people going blind. I've heard people passing out. And then it turns out that nothing was wrong with them. You know, I talked to my doctor about it. She was like, just make sure you don't drink a sugary coffee before you go, or, you know, don't eat too much. If you eat something light, like some veggies or some fruit or something, because it can imbalance your sugar to where it'll make the test fail. So you got to be really careful. I'm like, that means I can't eat nothing either. So I can't eat nothing, and I got to sit there for an hour with this super sweet water on my stomach. Fun! I'm starting to not fit any of my clothes. Finally, my fat girl jeans have gotten too big, so now we're gonna have to go shopping pretty soon here, and I'm actually thinking about doing a lookbook with a couple of looks, so I'm putting that together for y'all wonderful ladies. Hopefully I can find some affordable things to make us look adorable without baby bumps. I'm really looking forward to that. I'm putting some things together. I've been craving donuts. Lord Jesus is the fire. I have been craving donuts so bad. Like, I have tried like 2 or 3 different kinds of donuts, and the verdict stands that the Quick Trip Donuts, which is a gas station here in the Midwest, Quick Trip, is the best donuts. Speaking of, I might go to the Quick Trip today. You know what's crazy? I don't know if it's just me or if it's just the world that we're in. I don't know if the millennials are having a baby boom or whatever, but it seems like literally everyone I know is having a baby. Everyone I know. I've had like 2 or 3 different women tell me that they're having a baby, and now we're having baby talk, and it's fun. It's great. Me and my best friend are pregnant right now at the same time, and it just seems like everyone's pregnant. I have a Bible study that I go to every Thursday, and there's about 8 couples, and about 5 of those couples are pregnant. Not only are they pregnant, but a lot of people are having boys. A lot of people are having little baby boys. The only person that I know that's having a girl is my best friend. It must be time for baby boys to be born. Maybe God is calling for a whole bunch of men to be put onto the earth for whatever he has planned for them. I hope that you enjoyed this video. I know that it's a little on the boring side. I have a whole bunch going on these past couple weeks. This next month is going to be like all pregnancy videos. I have been holding it off for so long because I had stuff in the queue. I've been talking about household stuff and kind of just putting the pregnancy in the back burner, and now I really want to talk about my pregnancy and, you know, all that fun stuff. So I hope you guys are excited about that, because I am. And other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this pregnancy update. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.